And here we go. Like I said, you're going to have to search for your guy because there's no ADP on here anymore. Jack, I think all the spots are full, my guy. I'm so sorry. Looks like the spots are full. But you can I want to hear commentating from you guys though. If you agree with the picks or not. If you agree with the redraft here cuz I think there's really only two guys I would consider here at 1-1. I think there's only two players. For me, we'll see what happens. But I think the only two players I would consider here are Brock Bowers and Jayden Daniels. Those would be the only two. Okay, so Jayden Daniels goes here. So I feel like this makes this pick pretty easy. I feel like in tight end premium, it's got to be Brock Bowers. I feel like it's got to be Brock Bowers here. Those are the only two that I feel like are deserving of the top two spots at this point. Everybody else, like, there's other good players, and there's guys that could eventually be more valuable than those two. Like, I haven't given up. I get it, but Taylor, we're not drafting for need. You got to take best player available in these. You can't draft for need. Got to go best player available. But I agree. Caleb Williams is still not a bad option. He could end up being better than Jayden Daniels. It wouldn't shock me if he ended up being better than Jayden Daniels. I'm not necessarily saying it'll happen, but I could see it. So we got Malik Nabers here at 3 from Warrior King. So Jayden Daniels, Brock Bowers, then Malik Nabers. I just picked a random middle spot. There was no intentionality at all with where I picked. So I have no idea who to go with at this point. I'm really curious how it's going to shake out these next few picks. Drake May goes at 1-4, which I think is a great selection. I have no issue with that selection at all by Gavin. So two quarterbacks, with it being a tight end premium, Brock Bowers went 1-2. And then Malik Nabers went 1-3. Drake May 1-4. Man, so I got 2 picks till mine. 2 picks. Man. All right, Caleb Williams. That's kind of who I thought would go next. Then Bo Nix. That's a good pick. Honestly, that was the route I was considering. If he did not go there. So I feel like at this point, despite him not being as amazing as I would have expected him to be this year, I feel like this is still Marvin Harrison here for me. Getting Marvin Harrison at 1-7, I feel pretty good about that. Feel pretty good about him there. C-Spell saying May over Nick still. Was it a close call for you at all? Yeah, curious what Gavin says, but for me, it would still clearly be Drake May over Nix. And honestly, this order is pretty darn close to how I would do it. I might go May over Nabers and then switch those two Nabers at 4, but this is pretty close to how I would draft if I were to draft all of the spots. This is pretty darn close. And we'll go 3 rounds. I know I have like a billion rounds on here. Brian Thomas Jr., another good one. He was a guy I was considering with this pick. Let me see. Can I switch this and just do? I think I can do. All right. There we go. We'll do 4 rounds worth. We'll do 4 rounds. Yep, Lad. Yeah, I think this is very close to how I would do it. I would probably take Lad over Brian Thomas personally, but I think this is crazy close to how I do it. So it seems like we have a decent consensus. Like every player has been within 1 spot or 2 spots of where I would take them. So I think overall this is pretty close. Michael Penix. I like that. I was wondering when he would go, especially with how Kirk Cousins is playing. It would shock me if we do not see Michael Penix sooner rather than later. Like if Penix has or if Kirk Cousins has a slow start this week, I would not be surprised if they yanked him and put Penix in. They're still in the playoff hunt. Like they're still in the playoff hunt. And Kirk Cousins is what? 0 touchdowns and 9 picks over his last 4 games. Like it's been bad. It's been really, really bad. Oh, sorry. Just got an emergency phone call. Okay. We'll just have the computer. Well, maybe not actually. Can I'm going to set the player here. So let's go with yeah, cuz we're not doing that. So I'm going to put we're going to put Bucky Irving here. I'm going to put Bucky Irving there. And then Romo Dunze. Okay. Those were the 2 guys I was kind of considering. So I think that works out perfectly. Yeah, so we only have 1 running back going first round, and that was an auto pick one. So we might not have had any running backs go first round, which is kind of what we were talking about preseason. Now, Bucky was not one of the running backs that we were talking about with potential first round pick juice. But so Xavier Worthy goes 2-1. I've been down on him a little bit. But obviously the upside is still there for Xavier Worthy. But I do think that once we get Rashee Rice back, he's going to be in a tough spot. So recapping the first round, Jayden Daniels, Brock Bowers, Malik Nabers, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, Marvin Harrison Jr., Brian Thomas Jr., Lad McConkey, Michael Penix, Bucky Irving, Rome Odunze, Xavier Worthy, Tyrone Tracy, and Keon Coleman through to 3. Shh, Thomas, don't say anything. Shh. I'm saving him for 2-7 if people forget. I'm saving him for 2-7. No, Thomas said, where does JJ McCarthy go? And I think that's a great question. I think he honestly should go here pretty soon. I'm hoping that he falls to 2-7, but now that the cat's out of the bag, I fully expect one of you guys to take him. Working. I thought about it. Does he though, Wesley? Does Lad have a much lower ceiling? He's got a significantly better quarterback. He's also the one in his offense. And we've seen slot receivers have a really high ceiling. So I don't know that the ceiling is much lower for Lad than it is for Brian Thomas Jr. All right, time's up. All right, we can't do that. We can't have that. So let's put JJ here. So we're gonna remove player, and we're gonna put JJ. There we go. All right. So Austin, you're back up. He goes Jonathan Brooks. That's it's a tough pick. I can't blame you. For going that route. But all right, so man. Who to go with here? I will probably I'm still a believer And so, where's Trey Benson? Oh, wait, I'm on wide receivers. There it is. Trey Benson. I'm going to take him here. I got to stay on brand, baby. I got to stay on brand. And at this point, really the only other player I was considering was Ricky Pearsall. I think those are the only two guys that I really would feel comfortable taking in this spot. But at this point, it is frustrating with the James Conner contract situation. But he's also a guy that, like, this is the first time ever he's stayed healthy all year. And all it would take is an injury that seems to happen all too often to many of these guys, where all of a sudden Benson's thrust into the starting role, and Corum. See, Corum, he's got Kyron Williams. So Kyron Williams, younger, still more talented at this point. So yeah, C-Spot, I think I'm fully out on Brooks. Yeah, I get it. I can't blame you. I can't blame you for being fully out. I don't know that I would have been able to take him here either. Oh, you guys are killing me with these auto picks. Come on, people were better than this. All right. Let's change the player. A Pearsall. Okay. Perfect. There we go. All right, Power Fold, you are up, my guy. Ben Sinnott. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I thought about if Trey Benson and Ricky Pearsall had both been gone, I was trying to figure out who would be my next guy. And he was one of the ones that kind of crossed my brain. So I could see that one. Braylon Allen. Oh, then because it's auto. All right. Who you guys want here? I'll let the crowd decide. Who do you guys want with this pick? Nick says Troy Franklin would be decent here. All right, Troy Franklin. Anybody opposed to Troy Franklin? All right, Franklin it is. Taylor, I'm with you. I would probably go him over Franklin as well. Adonai Mitchell over Franklin personally, but I can't blame anybody either way on that one. All right. So that wraps up Isaac Garendo, the recent surge in value. So in round 2, we had Xavier Worthy, Tyrone Tracy, Keon Coleman, Xavier Leggett, J.J. McCarthy, Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, Ricky Pearsall, Ben Sinnott, Braylon Allen, Troy Franklin, and then Isaac Garendo. Isaac Garendo. All right. Okay. Wow. We're moving here. There we go, fellas. Moving in the third round. Adonai Mitchell goes 3-1. Blake Corum at 3-2. Theo Johnson at 3-3. And we're getting a tight end run here. Theo Johnson at 3-3. Jatavian Sanders at 3-4. And then Eric All at 3-5. Eric All at 3-5. Man. There's one player I'm hoping gets back to me here. One player I'm really hoping gets to me. See if he does. Honestly, we could probably stop after 3 rounds, really after that. Nice. All right, he got back to me. I am going with Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright. Gavin says, where do we think JJ should have gone? Saying upwards of 2-3. Honestly, I would have taken him 2-1. I probably would have taken him 2-1. And I think there would have even been a very strong conversation as high as 110. Like, I mean, he's a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback. Nick, see you later, buddy. So I mean, a rookie quarterback from Minnesota. We're seeing how Sam Darnold's playing. I would say his value should be as high, if not higher, than Michael Penix. And I'm a big Penix guy. Can I take Corum? Corum's already gone, right? Yeah, Corum already went. Corum went at 3-2. Here, I can change the player for you though. Ray Davis. Okay. Ray Davis is a good pick here. I kind of thought he would go sooner. All right, there we go. All right, you get a new clock, Powerfold. Warrior King, my QB room is currently J Love, Tua, Bryce, and JJ. There you go. There you go. I like it. Ray Davis goes at 3-8. We'll do last 4 picks here. I don't think we'll do the 4th round because really after that, who cares? Like Audric Estime. We had an Audric Estime week about a month ago there. You trading JJ or Penix for Bryce? I would rather JJ and Penix personally. I get it. Bryce has been playing better lately, but I'm not sold at this point. So we got 3 picks left so far. 3rd round: Adonai Mitchell, Blake Corum, Theo Johnson, Jatavian Sanders, Eric All, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, Audric Estime. Or what did Rich? He kept trying to call him like Estamami or something like that. Oh man, good stuff. Dead center, 10 seconds. Gotta make your pick, my guy. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. All right, we gotta give him some. We gotta give somebody for the next 2. All right, before Jensen goes, who do you guys want with these last 2 picks? Vidal, Coker. I'd be fine with either one. Actually, Vele's been really good. Let's do Vele here. Do they not have him? Oh, there he is. What? All right, so Vele goes there. AJ Barner, Isaiah Davis. Oh, so you want Davis here? We can put Davis. All right. And then Matt, you're up with the last pick. All good, dude. All good. And then Jalen Coker with the last pick. So finish out the 3rd round. Adonai Mitchell, Blake Corum, Theo Johnson, Jatavian Sanders, Eric All, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, Audric Estime, Devon Vele, Isaiah Davis, and Jalen Coker. All right, guys. Awesome.